I am so thrilled to talk to you today about welcoming your new subscribers. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one today. So let's dive right in, shall we? Because, there is just so much to talk about here, okay? um, I just know from my experience of talking to coaches and yoga teachers on this topic that many people have a really funny idea about email marketing, sometimes based on their own, allergic reaction to email. And I get it, okay? I get it. I've worked in marketing for over 20 years and I'm really protective of my data. And I treat the data that I receive with the utmost of respect. Um, but here is the thing, people who interact with you, who decide that they're going to follow you, or who subscribe to your email list, either because they want to hear more from you about a particular topic, or because they have actually signed up to a lead magnet. They want to hear from you. They want you to contact them. Okay, so just think about that a little bit. Um, and let me just offer some perspectives. I remember, I remember talking to a coach when I was teaching kids yoga and prenatal yoga. And I used to do lead generation ads on Facebook and to grow my list. Okay. And so I would, you know, put a message out there about, like, my services. Okay. But like, my message was was, hi, uh want to find out more about kids yoga? Sign up here. And then I didn't necessarily have a welcome automation email. Okay, so if that sounds familiar to you, let me know in the comments. If you are like past Elaine and you have tried lead generation ads, or maybe you have a lead magnet, or maybe even you have a couple of posts about, oh, here are my classes, or this is the way I offer coaching, or whatever it is. And people have a way of giving you an email address. Let me know in the comments below. Because what I didn't realize, I hadn't like put two and two together at that stage. So I was talking to a coach and she said to me, Elaine, hmm, hmm, gosh, what are your lists like? What's your response rate like? What's your sign up like? And I was like, pretty good actually. I've got a good cost per lead and we're pretty good. And she was just like, imagine what it would be like if you actually offered them something decent. And I was like, I never thought about that. I never thought. And then I started to actually offer people something decent. So I offered, with my kids yoga, I had like lovely, meditations for children. That people, when they signed up to my newsletter, would get, instead of come and sign up to my newsletter. And then I also had, for like prenatal yoga, I had something similar, like birth affirmations or something like that, or some, good yoga positions for birth, something like that. And suddenly, yeah, I started to get way more signups. So it was really, really good advice. And also another thing, so I hope this helps you, that I learned was that on Facebook, when they do lead generation ads, I don't know, let me know in the comments if you've ever clicked on a lead generation ad. Um, if you have, what you will know is when you click, when you're scrolling, and you see something and it's relevant to you, and you stop and you click, you don't go, oh, hang on a second, let me put my details in. So that thought process of like, let me really actively share my details, it doesn't happen because Facebook lifts your details from your profile and you then just agree to share them. And that's it. So it really is quick. And because there is no thought behind it, it's quite often the people don't remember even signing up. So it's really important that when you do this, if you ever decide to do lead generation ads, that you have something on your side, um, which then reminds people that they have signed up to your newsletter and gives them what they have signed up for. So if you have a lead magnet, or if you have something, information about your classes, if you're as bad as I was originally, whatever it is that you share, you need to have it available to share immediately. Okay. So you need to have it available immediately. Oh, Louise, are you down? Oh, Louise, I hear you. So here's my suggestion. First of all, let me just share a little analogy. Okay, let me share a little analogy. This is how I explain it. Okay, so let's say you have spent all this time either spending money on a lead generation campaign, or you have spent lots of time producing like a beautiful meditation, or in my case, I have like a PDF people can download, right? It's like inviting somebody over to a party, okay? And saying, like, so Louise, I'm just going to use you if that's okay as an example. It's like saying, hey, Louise, how are you? Come on in. Right? And you come on into the party. You've been invited, right? So in you come, and then I ignore you for the rest of the night. I don't even take your jacket. I don't introduce you to anybody. And then hours later, it's nearly time to go. You're absolutely parched, like dry mouth, because nobody's offered you a drink. Like, you would never do that in person, would you? You know, if you said to somebody, come on in, you go, hey, do you know John over there? Have you met John? Gosh, and you'd introduce them to people, or you would be like, hey, you've come to my party or my event about blah 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 blah, and you would actually give them, you know, whatever they said they were coming for, right? You know, so in person, we would never act the way we do online, do we? You know? But online, for some strange reason, we have this idea that people don't want to be hassled. Okay, we've got this whole idea that, like, ooh, people are going to be hassled. But guess what? Like, if people who sign up to your newsletter decide you're not for me, there is this delightful button called unsubscribe, which they will hit. I guarantee you. So never feel like that. Never feel like that. You should always have something that automatically goes to your people. So again, just imagine this. Just imagine this as in you. Like, you know, if you went to a party and everybody ignored you, like, you'd feel awkward, wouldn't you? You'd be like, I don't feel comfortable around here. Um, you know, so why would you do that with your business? You know what I mean? You shouldn't. And old me didn't realize this, okay? And that's why I offer it to you, because I've come through the other side. Like, I've grown my list from zero to, like, I certainly have like over 700 people, and I have not been in business that long in terms of these businesses, okay? Like obviously I've worked in marketing for over 20 years, when I worked in Adland. But in the kind of like, offering a service, me myself, growing my own business, I'm pretty new to this game. Um, so, I know how it feels, okay? It's so important to give somebody whatever you said that you were going to give them immediately, okay? Because otherwise they might just forget why on earth they signed up to you. But when you give it to them immediately, then they've got that. And you know what? They may never open it, but they still have it. They may not open it for months, but it's still in their inbox. And then you have to introduce yourself, you have to say, hi, like you would at a party. I'm Elaine. How are you? This is who I am. This is my experience. This is how I help people. Have you read my lead magnet about lead magnets? Or have you seen my have you downloaded my PDF about 5 things you can do when you go back to work after your maternity leave? Or, 5 yoga positions to improve your golf swing. Whatever it is that you offer, you need to connect with people and ask them, have they seen it? And just introduce yourself like you would as a normal human being. And then you give people boundaries and expectations. You say to them, I'm going to be back to you tomorrow, where I'm going to tell you more about, and then just give a little teaser. I'm going to be back to you about a series of mindfulness that might be really interesting for you, or whatever. Whatever it is that you're going to share, whatever it is, your voice, your style, just like you do on social media. Email is a really great way of getting to know somebody. And do you know why? Okay. A lot of people won't. So you have your people who will comment on social, but some people like will really like connect with you on email because it's private, it's one to one. So if you ask for a reply, if you say, tell me, what's going on with you, sometimes people answer. And like, how great is that to have that connection? Especially if you're a coach, especially if you're a coach that needs high ticket clients, you want to build that connection. Okay. So email is so powerful, and making sure that it's in your voice. And then don't be afraid to email people every day when they start connecting with you. Have a way to email them every day. And just because they're getting to know you, have a way in which you have a series of emails that just lets them get to know you, and you offer them ways of interacting with you before you then decide how you're going to bring them to the next level. So bring them to your weekly update, where you offer them ways of getting to know you and how you help people on a weekly basis, so that they can get information, but also you can build authority, and you can talk to them both about your experience and how you can help them, and also you can really explicitly sell your offer to them, and that's how you should welcome your followers or your subscribers. Okay. You should always try to bring them closer to you, to help them more deeply. Okay. Just like you would if you saw somebody at a party who you wanted to get to know, you just go up and you talk to them about them, wouldn't you? You wouldn't be like, well, let me tell you all about me. I mean, unless you're a complete narcissist. But most people would just talk, like try to find some common ground, and you would talk to each other. So one more thing before I go, one more little offering that I want to share with you is a welcome series. It's easy to set these up, okay? It's easy to set up an automatic welcome series. It really is. Um, Most people use MailChimp, and automation is within a paid version of MailChimp. MailerLite offers automation with their free package. So as long as you have up to 1,000 subscribers, you can get automation for free. Um, ConvertKit is another email provider that I haven't personally used, but a lot of course creators use, and I have been into the back end of it, and it looks really good. And it is really affordable, and automation within that affordable base price point, which is around $9 a month or something like that. Um, so they're the ones that I would recommend that you look at. And honestly, I would definitely set up an automation to say, hey, here you go. Here's your blankety blank. And then I do this with my classes. So when I was teaching baby massage, or when I was teaching yoga, I would welcome people who would sign up for my classes. And then I would tell them what to expect. Like, you'll need a mat, or, bring lots of blankets, or, for baby massage, you need this oil, or whatever. Um, so you could do the same thing too. Not only can you just offer your lead magnet, but if somebody purchases from you, then you can just explain what they're going to need without you ever having to get involved, unless they have a question. And then, of course, you're going to get involved. But those questions could all be answered while you read a book, or go to sleep, or whatever else you need to do. So I hope that helps. I've certainly gone over my 10 minutes today. But I really wanted to share more about welcoming your subscribers into the fold, and just letting you know that it's okay to email someone every day. You don't need to feel icky about that. That's okay, especially when you're welcoming somebody, so that they can get to know you. And then fine once a week, or once a fortnight, but just be consistent with it. That's what I would recommend. Hey, hi, hey, Anne, hi, Geraldine. So thank you so much for joining me. And Louise, hopefully that's helped you. So lead them to use Little MailerLite or something like that, and to lead them, on a path that they can follow. Okay, mwah, I'm out of here. Have a good day, and just comment below if you've any questions. And super duper finally, I have a webinar next week that's all about using content to grow your list. So it's free, sign up for it. I'll share a comment. Well, it's in my bio anyway. Right, toodaloo.